Next up, we have one of my favorite moments of Rev. You get to hear Domino's perspective on how things are changing in the world and what all this means. It's my pleasure to introduce my co-founder, the CEO of Domino, Nick Elprin.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome. We have a fantastic 2 days lined up for you here. We've got speakers who are leading the charge into the future. Neil talked about some moments in the past. I want to take us all back in time for a moment to a more primitive era. And to give you a sense of what technology was like back then, I've got a popular cartoon from that period that is a little bit about what it was like to develop software back then. Let's take a look. So as you can see, back then, it was a virtually impossible problem to detect whether a photo had a bird in it. Does anybody want to guess how long ago this was? This was from 2014. That is just 9 years ago. How far we have come. The journey to the current moment we're at with artificial intelligence started over 70 years ago, almost 70 years ago, and it has been a windy road for sure. Along the way, we've had some excessive hype. We have had some frightening scares. And we've had some of whatever this was. I don't know what that was all about. But today, it feels like we are making decades of progress every month. And AI is now the most important, most impactful, most exciting frontier in technology and in business. That's why the theme of Rev this year is all in. Because if you want to thrive over the next few years, let alone the next decade, you can't afford to just sit on the sidelines or pay lip service to data science. Remember that companies in every industry have already been using AI to beat their competitors over the last few years. And these AI leaders have amassed a significant advantage when it comes to driving business impact from AI. Now, armed with more powerful weapons in their arsenal, they are poised to pull even farther ahead of the pack. No industry is going to be spared from the heightened competition this is going to drive. And so if you aren't all in on AI right now, then you might as well fold. Now, at Domino, we've had the privilege of helping our customers become AI leaders. And we've got a few of their stories that we're proud to show you now.
At Jensen R&D, we integrate data science and AI machine learning to every step we do, from discovery to development. Alzheimer's disease is very hard to treat, and early identification of the disease or tracking the disease progression is super important. And at Jensen R&D, we're using data science, digital health, and also machine learning models applied to the voice. So we're looking at basically a speech biomarker. Data science can help you to understand the driver of that disease. And those are the future for healthcare.
At BNP Paribas Cardiff, our mission is to make insurance more accessible for our customers. We think that AI is going to be everywhere in our processes, not visible AI, but AI that brings value for our customers and for our partners.
Where, thanks to AI, we managed to accelerate from weeks to minutes the claim management and giving an answer to our customers that are in need.
AI is really helping SCOR at being at the top of the innovation in the reinsurance industry. Today, AI is there. Perhaps the best way to see it is that we don't even notice it, which is perhaps the best way to realize that maturity is there.
So, we're moving into the cyber world, talking about software and wars will be fought on computers. We're moving into the world of autonomy and unmanned aircraft and getting people out of those flying things. and behind staying in safe areas and sending equipment in that doesn't need humans on it. So certainly the direct impact to human life is going to be something that is directly affected.
These companies are weaving AI into the fabric of their business, and they are using it to create better medicines, to build better customer experiences and better products, or simply to create massive operational efficiency to outcompete their rivals. This morning, I want to tell you their secret, how they become AI leaders. And I don't think they're going to be too upset, because what I'm going to tell you is a bit like explaining how to do a card trick by talking through the steps to perform sleight of hand, which is to say it's easy to say, but it's very hard to do well. So let's get into it. Here's the first thing I want everyone to take away from this morning. To be an AI leader, you have to insource AI rather than outsource it. And I don't mean to say that every company needs to train their own massive LLMs from scratch or something like that. What I mean is that you have to have inside your organization the skills and knowledge and the discipline and capabilities to apply and adapt and manage AI. You can't just outsource it or delegate it to API calls to ChatGPT or third-party vendor models. Having an AI capability in-house is the best way to align AI with your business problems and ensure your business gets the most value from it. It is the best way to know what's going on with your models and to manage risk. And it is the best way to stay competitive, because over the coming years, there's going to be a ton of innovation in the ecosystem. And AI leaders are going to have the flexibility to keep up with that innovation rather than being anchored to one or two big tech companies. To say that all a little differently, if AI is like a car, you've got to be driving the car, not just riding along in the passenger seat. And like a car, you want your AI capability to have a few characteristics. You want it to be fast, you want it to be economical, and you want it to be safe or responsible. Now, there are three things that AI leaders get right to ensure those outcomes: their priorities, their people, and their platforms. We're going to talk a little bit about each of these. First, let's talk about priorities. Overall, I would say, before we get into this is the recipe for AI leadership. You align AI with your business priorities, you get professional data scientists, and then you get technology and platforms purpose-built for AI to empower those people. So now let's talk about priorities first. Too many companies make the mistake of starting with some interesting data set they have or some trendy or novel new technique or algorithm, and they ask, what can I do with this? In contrast, AI leaders work backwards. They start from a strategic objective or a business goal, and they ask, how can AI help me achieve this? One way you can tell you're talking to an AI leader is when they speak about their projects, they will naturally talk in terms of impact on KPIs or on business goals. And this discipline around prioritization is even more critical with this new era we're in with generative AI, because generative AI is amazing for sure, and it is also a shiny new toy that companies are flocking to without necessarily having clarity around how it's going to help their business. So once you point AI in the right direction, the next step is to get the right people. AI leaders build their talent strategy around a core of professional data scientists. And look, that doesn't mean that everyone has to be a PhD in computer science. But what it does mean is that you need people inside your organization who have the expertise and the knowledge and a sound fundamental understanding of the methods and techniques involved in this type of work, because it is complex, it is subtle, it is like a scientific discipline or like medicine. I'm going to predict that this new wave of advanced AI and generative AI is going to be the death knell for the citizen data scientist experiment. Because these new models are more complex, they have a wider range of unexpected failure modes and negative consequences with from unexpected model behavior. And so it's going to be ineffective and risky to have citizens doing the heavy lifting of building and operating these models. And for sure, every company needs a range of analytics talent in their organization. But my point here is that at the core of who's building and operating AI, you need professional data scientists. So once you get AI pointed in the right direction, you get professional data scientists, the third step is to empower them with technology and platforms that are purpose-built for building and operating AI. And to explain a little bit about why this is important and also why it is subtle or complicated, I want to go back to basics for a second and talk about what makes AI unique. See, at the heart of all the power and the potential of AI is this simple and innocuous sounding thing called a model. What's a model? Well, in traditional software development, you have a programmer, and they write an explicit set of rules or instructions that describe how to take some input and turn it into some output. We call that a program. But with AI, you have an algorithm, and it can be a very complicated algorithm, and it takes a set of examples. And from those examples, it generates the rules, and we call that a model. This is the essence of what that cartoon was really getting at. You may not have quite realized it at the time. Now, this difference might seem subtle, but it makes models a new type of digital life. It is unlike anything that most businesses have had to build or operate or manage in the past. And that has some important implications for the kinds of technology you need to empower and enable this sort of work. The first thing you need is a new kind of toolbox. This is what gives data scientists easy access to all the materials involved in building AI. That includes lots of data, lots of different kinds of data. That includes a whole lot of compute, because these algorithms are more computationally intensive. You need scalable compute. You need specialized compute like GPUs. And it includes a vast range of algorithms and software tools, many of which are in the open source community. And this toolbox has got to be open. It can't be proprietary. It can't be locked into a walled garden, because the state of the art is moving so fast and constantly evolving here. Next, you need a new kind of workbench. Next, you need a new kind of workbench. This is where data scientists go through the process of building and operating AI. And that process is inherently complex. It is experimental, it is iterative, it is collaborative, it is like doing scientific research. And so a good workbench will put all these materials right at data scientists' fingertips, and it'll do that in a seamless and cohesive experience so you can accelerate time to value and time to impact. And then finally, all of this has to happen in a new sort of factory. This is where you industrialize AI, and you've got to be able to govern and manage and quality control it to mitigate risk. That's because models have very weird behavior characteristics. They are probabilistic, they can degrade over time, they have very counterintuitive failure modes because, again, remember, humans didn't write the rules, so sometimes we can't predict what they're going to do and how they're going to fail. And they have novel privacy and ethical implications. And this is getting even more true with this new wave of generative AI models. Having the right platform can really propel you on the journey to AI leadership. I want you all to think about a time recently, maybe, when you've had some friction, it's been hard, it's been slow to complete an AI project. There is a good chance that what you experienced was a symptom of not having a platform purpose-built for the unique characteristics of models. So for example, maybe it was hard or slow to get the compute resources, the software you needed, or that involved a lot of friction with IT, or you had to spend a lot of time dealing with DevOps instead of doing your research. Or perhaps it was hard to find and build upon some past institutional knowledge that you needed to extend or expand. Or perhaps it was slow to get AI into production because of friction with internal validation processes or IT processes. These are all symptoms of what happens when you don't have a platform that's purpose-built for AI. Now, the thing to understand about a lot of AI platforms, most of them anyway, is that their businesses are built on driving and monetizing compute usage. And that is a fine way to build a business, but in our view, when that is your focus, it doesn't lead to building a great experience for doing data science. At Domino, our focus is different. Our focus from the very beginning has been on building a platform that is purpose-built for the unique needs and characteristics of models. And that difference flows through into everything we do. So for example, we are focused on giving data scientists flexibility to use the absolute best compute infrastructure, software tools in the world, even as that state-of-the-art changes, rather than locking them into some compute, cloud infrastructure or compute framework. We are focused on giving data scientists a cohesive, integrated experience across the whole model lifecycle. Because even though that's really hard to do, we think it leads to a much better experience than having sort of point disconnected services and solutions. And similarly, we're focused on letting companies manage and govern their models by giving them the flexibility to implement the techniques and the processes that are purpose-fit or relevant for their business, rather than locking them into some sort of walled garden. These characteristics, these differences, make a big difference when it comes to really empowering your data scientists. And to tell you a little bit more about that, here are a couple of our customers again.
Domino unifies the development, deployment, and monitoring of AI.
Back in 2018, in the early days of our analytics journey, we felt the need of a platform where our data scientists could start their projects with a click of a button, where our IT would feel comfortable with what data scientists do, a platform that would be future-proof and could adapt to the many changes happening in the AI world. And Domino has been for us that platform.
Domino Data Lab, being the core foundation of our data science and model development platform, we've established a strong framework around the entire model lifecycle that enables us massively to establish and streamline the model handoff and the model validation process.
Domino provides one platform on which everyone can collaborate, accelerating time to value from AI projects.
There's one unique platform where data scientists from our more than 30 countries work, so they can really collaborate and we can reuse best ideas from different teams around the world. Domino has helped us stay close to state-of-the-art AI technologies.
It's worth indicating the unified experience of the Domino users in terms of accessing various IDEs, the integrated development environments on different programming languages, different technologies. I think that's been a massive game changer.
It also creates strong controls around your models, so they are auditable and governed.
Domino is facilitating the way we audit the models, validate them, and monitor them when we run. From innovation to production, we have a tracking of what has been done and how it has been delivered.
Domino has helped us scale operationalization of AI projects because it brought confidence for our IT teams, it brought confidence for our risk teams because it's an auditable platform where there is some traceability and where we could implement all governance rules.
The end result, more impact from AI.
The main success criteria as part of this journey has been that we basically turn around the external and internal requirements around the models in a much faster way, meaning improved time to market.
AI is really at the core of our strategy, as it's an incredible level to create value for our customers. And Domino is at the heart of this AI strategy.
All right, well now we're at the part of the morning I am most excited about. We're going to talk about new products. We have spent the last while, our engineering team has been working really hard, taking all of the principles that have guided us over the years in building a platform really purpose-built for the unique needs and characteristics of models, and we've applied them to this new wave of more advanced AI. And the result is a set of new capabilities we're going to announce that I'm super proud of, I'm super excited about, that we think are going to make it easier for companies to build and operate AI in a way that is fast, in a way that is economical, and in a way that is responsible. And to tell you more, please welcome our Vice President of Product Marketing, Ram Balakrishnan.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here with you all. Welcome to REV. Today, we are excited to announce our summer release of Domino. It's packed with over a dozen major new capabilities that make it the fastest, the most economical, and the most responsible way to build and operate AI for the enterprise. Domino is uniquely positioned for this, because our product strategy has always been to focus on and solve some of the unique and difficult challenges of enterprise data science teams. As you watch these demos, I'd like you to notice a few themes that repeat over and over. First, Domino gives you a comprehensive toolbox, so you can use the latest and greatest tools and innovations from the thriving AI ecosystem. Second, it gives you an integrated workbench with the most cohesive experience to work across the entire model lifecycle. And third, it gives you a safe factory with all the controls and governance you need to make AI a critical part of your business. Let's start by seeing how Domino makes it faster than ever to create value from AI. I think it's fair to say that now we live in a new era of AI, and we could call it the generative AI era. We see numerous applications online that are wildly successful, powerful, they're enticing, and we want them for our business. But they all make a ton of simplifying assumptions that don't work well in an enterprise context. So today, we are announcing a number of new capabilities that make it faster and easier for you to build your own AI, including generative AI, for your data and your business. Let's take a look.
I'm excited to share with you 4 new ways Domino enables building and operating AI quickly. The AI Project Hub accelerates getting started with enterprise-ready AI. Code Assist for foundation models makes fine-tuning foundation models as easy as AutoML. Experiment Manager and automated hyperparameter tuning help you get the best models possible. I'm going to show you how our new AI Hub accelerates building enterprise-ready AI. Imagine I'm a health insurance company and I want to make a chatbot to answer questions for customers about their coverage and plans. ChatGPT gives me a good start, but to get great results, it needs to know more about our customers and our business, and I don't want to send all my internal data to OpenAI. The new AI Project Hub enables quickly building AI applications from pre-built solutions curated from the best of open source that are enterprise-ready. To build our chatbot, select the Enterprise Q&A template. Click Create Project, give it a name, and click Create. My project comes out of the box with a set of scripts, notebooks, and software packages that give me everything I need to implement a technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation. Here in the Jupyter Notebook, you can see how this works. This would normally require several complex steps involving an ETL process to fetch and convert your internal documents into embeddings, store them and implement a similarity search in a vector store, and then augment each chat with those search results without divulging your sensitive data. This project comes set up with everything you need, pre-installed tools like LangChain, right-sized hardware, LLM access, a local vector store, and even provides a few parameters in which you can easily update the path to your data files and your vector store database. You can provide additional input parameters to control how your chatbot behaves for responsible AI safety to prevent harms and hallucinations. This can control how your bot behaves by providing background context and ensuring the bot doesn't generate any offensive or inappropriate content. Then I just need to initialize my vector store database, load the data into the database, and then test my app. This queries both the local vector store database as well as the large language model enriched with the search results, all from my notebook. This template also came with the Streamlit web app, and using Domino's integrated web app publishing, this makes it really easy to test out the bot. It's really awesome to get so mumuch done so quickly. Now let's consider a more complex use case where I need more sophisticated techniques. The stakes are high when using AI for investment decisions like sentiment analysis on financial news. I'll start with the foundation model, but I'll fine-tune it so it has context from recent world events and uses proprietary data for an investing edge. We've created an integrated experience that empowers everyone to use the same powerful tools OpenAI and the tech giants use. I'm going to show you how Domino makes fine-tuning foundation models as easy as running AutoML. Domino Code Assist is our Jupyter plugin that generates code to accelerate productivity for common data science tasks like data access, transformation, and visualization. Now it can generate code to access and fine-tune foundation models. There are 3 simple steps. First, you need to choose a foundation model from a list based on common tasks. It's easy to make an informed choice with all the details you need readily available. I'm going to use Finbert, a foundation model for sentiment analysis on financial news. Finbert was trained on 4.9 billion tokens of corporate reports, earnings call transcripts, and analyst reports. However, I'm going to fine-tune it with additional data collected over the past few months from industries I'm focused on to ensure it performs optimally for my needs. By clicking Fine-Tune, I can perform the second necessary step to choose my data. Domino Code Assist make it easy to find and select your data and connect to it and map it to the inputs required for the fine-tuning job. Third, I can click Run. This will insert the code, which is great because it's transparent and modifiable, not a black box. It also facilitates collaboration between different types of talent on your team. The less technical folks can start work that the more expert data scientists can review or refine, and I did all this without leaving my workspace. While this is running, notice that Code Assist even generated the code necessary to log key experiment metrics and track them using our new experiment manager powered by MLflow. This makes it easy directly from the notebook to be able to track how well the experiment is going. Let's take a look. Experiment Manager enables automatically logging key metrics and artifacts during model training to monitor the progress of AI experiments, including model training and fine-tuning. You can also compare different runs to select the best model. And unlike the open source MLflow, we've even added enterprise security to ensure only approved personnel are allowed to see metrics, logs, and artifacts. As you drill into a specific run, you can see that Experiment Manager is tightly integrated with Domino's reproducibility engine to automatically track the full lineage of which version of your code, data, tools, environment, and more, the full set of materials you need to reproduce experiment results. As we drill into the details further, we can see that my experiment did okay, but not great. To improve my model's performance, I'm going to try hyperparameter tuning. Code Assist also generates the code necessary to automate the hyperparameter tuning. Powered by the latest innovations in open source, Domino has integrated RE with built-in native optimizations for large language models to automatically scale out, on demand, and get done in hours what otherwise may have taken weeks. This tuning task is going to run a lot of jobs in parallel. To save time and money, I'm going to run this in my on-premise NVIDIA GPU cluster, which always has the capacity I need, and is much cheaper. Domino is the only platform that supports orchestrating workloads across hybrid multi-cloud infrastructure. I'm going to configure this on-premise cluster to use the right number of machines for the job, leveraging my on-premise DGX SuperPod the most efficiently possible. And because the metrics are streamed back to the Experiment Manager from the on-prem GPUs, Domino provides a single pane of glass to monitor experiments regardless of whether they're running on-premise or in any cloud. We can see now we have a significantly better performing model. As you can see, Domino is the only AI platform that seamlessly integrates the best innovations in the ecosystem which power the generative AI revolution to enable enterprises to build and operate AI quickly.
Thank you. We've always built AI, Domino, to give you the best tools, algorithms, and infrastructure that you need in an integrated experience. And now, with these new capabilities, we've further expanded our toolbox to give you all the power and flexibility that you need in this new AI era. Building fast is great, but building your own AI can be expensive. Especially in this macroeconomic climate, I'm sure many of you are asked to do more with less. With data science, you're dealing with highly skilled workers and significant compute requirements. Good news, Domino can be your most economical way to build and operate AI. Over the years, our customers have saved tens of millions of dollars with Domino. Domino already comes with several built-in capabilities to intelligently reduce your compute and cloud usage, to improve your operational efficiency by eliminating wasteful DevOps and IT tasks, and use the most economical compute resources that's available to you wherever they are. And now, we've added even more to help you manage and reduce your costs further. Let's take a look.
Domino is a unified platform for end-to-end AI, which makes it uniquely positioned to report and manage compute and storage costs for building and operating AI economically. I'm excited to announce Domino now offers comprehensive visibility and detailed controls for actionable cost management. I've just received an alert from Domino that my AWS bill for my organization is way higher than it should be. Let's dig into this. I can click through from the alert and see the new cost reporting dashboard that gives you fine-grained visibility and attribution of your AI infrastructure costs, including compute and storage. Domino automatically tags all cloud or on-prem resources with metadata such as the associated model or project, the user, or even the organization within your company if you want to do chargebacks. Here I can see the bone density research project drove nearly 5 times more cost than the next most expensive project. And when I click into that, I can see that James spent a lot on GPUs. This is an important project, but I can't let costs go rampant, so I'm going to take advantage of our second new feature, budgets. I can click through right here to configure the budgets and alerts. Domino now lets me put in place budgets for compute and storage costs. I can set a default for everyone, and then override that for specific teams, projects, or even users. As you saw earlier, I can get alerted when my organization's spend is running hot, and I can configure alerts per team or per project to be effectively notified when they're getting close to their budget as well. With these exciting new controls in place, you can rest assured your team isn't going to blow the budget. With Domino, you can build and operate AI economically.
Thank you. Now you've seen Domino not only accelerates your AI development, but it also makes it economical. As you scale your data science across your organization, cost management becomes critical. With these new controls, we are excited to see how our customers will save even more on their AI costs. It's great to build AI fast and economically, but the more important AI is to your business, the more important it is to do it safely and responsibly. By providing an integrated experience across the entire model lifecycle, Domino is better equipped than any other platform in this space to handle the unique challenges of AI safety. We are now excited to show you our next set of capabilities that make Domino the absolute best platform to build and operate AI safely and responsibly. Let's take a look.
Building and operating AI responsibly is hard. Doing it right is more about people and process than it is about technology. Companies need to adhere to policies and regulations, mitigate risks of unintended model behavior, and enforce security and privacy. These are hard problems to solve, and even more so with today's era of generative AI. We are proud to announce Domino Model Sentry. Model Sentry is 6 tightly integrated capabilities that work across the model lifecycle. It's the most comprehensive and seamless solution for enterprises to implement responsible AI. Let me show you how. Domino's new project templates give companies the flexibility to define and enforce standards and best practices to apply across their AI projects. I'm creating a project to predict income using census data. Because it'll go to production, I need to ensure it has everything I need to comply with my company's standards. Because I use the template, my project comes out of the box with a checklist to follow to ensure I have everything to streamline the validation and approval process. Domino is flexible and enables companies to configure templates to meet their own needs, leveraging the best of the open source ecosystem or their own proprietary checks for bias, fairness, risk, and explainability. Once I've trained my model, I can register it in Domino's new model registry, which enables finding and reusing all models across my company regardless of where they were trained. To provide a complete enterprise-wide model registry. To get models into production, every team has slightly different tools and processes, but Domino is flexible enough to support them all. In this case, I need data scientists, risk officers, and IT to validate my model. Before Model Sentry, this was labor-intensive and took days when every validator needed different pieces of information. With the new model cards, Domino streamlines this process and automatically collects and centralizes key model metadata so it's all in one place. The project template I used to create my project included scripts that provided key visuals to help evaluate fairness and explainability. Domino's Experiment Manager automatically provided model quality metrics, and Domino's Reproducibility Engine automatically provided all lineage information, like which version of code, data, libraries were used to train the model. Model Sentry pulls all of this together automatically, and this saves me considerable time and effort. To get this model into production, I'll use the new integrated review process. In this case, my model needs to be validated by a model risk officer. I can set the target stage and add in reviewers from the required teams and provide a note. Then, the model risk management team member receives a notification and begins the evaluation from the model card. The project template included this custom app that lets the reviewer dig deep to understand potential risks. If all looks good, they can choose to approve the model. Unlike other governance tools, Model Sentry integrates this workflow directly into the data science platform. Model Sentry enables all stakeholders to get confidence for production readiness together. With the approval in place, I can begin the process of deploying my model. I need to roll it out through a series of different environments to adhere to our process and standards for testing, security scans, and validation. Domino will package my model as an API and a container with all the packages I used during development. With a convenient drop-down, I can choose to deploy this container to different environments. Here I'm going to select the staging environment that my IT team has designated for pre-production. With Model Sentry, you can define and control the process to meet your needs to leverage different clouds, regions, or on-premise. This is really helpful for enterprises with cost and regulatory constraints. I can train my model using on-prem GPUs, but deploy to cloud, or avoid the risk of moving data by moving the training workload to where the data lives, then deploy elsewhere for scalability. And all from a single pane of glass, I can still manage and govern all of my models. Fast forward, my model has been deployed to production and now I notice an alert. I can dive into detailed dashboards to examine the drift. With a single click, I can recreate the environment to diagnose and remediate the issue. Domino reproduces my workspace with the exact code, packages, and data I trained my model with, along with the latest captured predictions. In addition to helping data scientists improve the next model version, this degree of transparency and reproducibility is also critical for auditors. As you just saw, Domino Model Sentry is the most comprehensive and seamless solution for enterprises to build and operate AI responsibly.
Thank you again. As you just saw, Domino helps you easily implement your responsible AI practices all in one place. Model Sentry is a comprehensive integrated solution that helps you take your models to production safely so no harm is done to you or your customers. Through these demos, I hope you got to see how Domino can be your fastest, most economical, and most responsible way to build and operate AI. Domino is truly greater than sum of its parts by giving you a comprehensive toolbox and fully integrated workbench and a safe and governed factory. We can't wait to see the amazing innovations you will create with this. Thank you, everyone. Back to you, Nick.
Thanks, Ram. Okay, that is our summer release. It is available in August. We are really excited. Thanks for, I know we had a lot of content there. We're just really proud of what we built. So I've got 2 more quick announcements before we wrap up, and they both have to do with making it easier for more companies to access all the amazing, great capabilities that we've just talked through. So to set the stage here, when companies want to use an AI platform, they have to make a choice about where it runs, and they face a dilemma. The way that a lot of software gets consumed and used these days is as SaaS, that's software as a service, not SAS. I know, different audience in this room. So software as a service, it's common for a lot of software. The problem with using a SaaS offering for an AI platform is in a lot of cases, it doesn't meet the needs of IT and security requirements because the data involved in AI is so sensitive. So the alternative is you can run an AI platform in your infrastructure, like your private cloud or even an on-premise data center. But then you face another challenge because the infrastructure complexity of AI workloads is really high, and that becomes a major burden to manage and operate all that infrastructure. You've got to deal with Kubernetes, you've got to deal with scalable compute, you've got to deal with different tool chains, and that's all getting more and more complicated with generative AI because the compute requirements are higher. And by the way, even in a private cloud, a lot of the time a cloud provider won't give you all the GPU resources you need. When we talk to customers, these are your 2 choices, cloud or in your infrastructure. When we talk to customers, what they tell us is basically they want to have their cake and eat it too, which is to say they want the convenience of a SaaS offering along with the peace of mind of knowing that their data never leaves their network perimeter. And this sounds sort of like an impossible problem, which is why we are very, very proud to announce that we have solved it. We now have the ability to give customers what we think is the best of both worlds. From our SaaS offerings, Domino Cloud, we are announcing the ability to connect into and run workloads in your private clusters. That can be in a private cloud, that can be in an on-prem data center. And so as a result, you get the best of both worlds. You get the convenience of a SaaS offering with very little infrastructure you have to manage, but still the security and comfort of knowing that your data and your workloads stay within your network perimeter. This is going to be a game changer for companies that want to scale AI. It is going to accelerate time to value, and it's going to do that while helping you reduce costs and also implement data privacy and security policies that are critical to responsible AI. Finally, one more thing to announce. There is one industry that we think has a unique, outsized potential where AI can impact the world for good, can really change the course of civilization and humanity, and that is medicine and healthcare. Now, medicine and healthcare often have very strict guidelines and policies that govern how research has to be done. And there are good reasons for that, but that can also limit the industry's ability to adopt new cutting-edge technologies, and that can slow down innovation that would have otherwise saved lives. So it is particularly rewarding and exciting. I'm particularly proud to announce what we're calling Domino Cloud for Life Sciences. This is a fully managed SaaS offering with everything that we've just talked about today, everything Ram showed you, the ability to connect into your private clusters and data environments, that is built in a way that it is audit ready, so it can support GXP workloads, and if you want, it can even be one platform to run non-GXP workloads in the same place. And if you are a pharmaceutical company, you will know what that means, and you are probably very excited about that. So our summer release, everything that Ram just showed you, is available in August. New capabilities in Domino Cloud to give you the best of both worlds to run your AI workloads in your private data environments. That is available now, and Domino Cloud for Life Sciences is also available now. We cannot wait to see what you all will build with all of this. We're really excited and proud of it. And on that, thank you for coming. Have a great 2 days at REV, and we'll see you soon.